I don't want to treat them with any air of reverence or
We're
friendliness,
not.
or they're kind of like awful fucking human beings that are some of the most antisocial pieces of trash that, let's be honest, if they were like out in the wild arguing their fucking garbage, that everybody would look at them like, what the fuck? Who the fuck are these people? These guys are like fucking homunculus. Like, who the fuck? Where did you see that in the Bible? Oh my God, these guys are just pieces of trash. Let's
First of all,
get away from them.
let me ask you this, First Amendment. First of all, I don't like calling you First Amendment. What's your actual name? I don't like these terminologies. What's your real name?
First
Do you
Amendment.
have a real First Amendment? Is
Yeah.
not like
You can say
not
amender if you want.
amender.
Yeah.
What are you like McLovin or something?
No.
All right. Well, all right, Amanda. So, what in their rhetoric says that they're when I think of subjugating, I would think of putting people into cages, um, demeaning them by spitting, throwing rotten fruits at them, rotten vegetables, actually beating them in public with sticks and stones. That's actually, and even just putting them in prison just for their basis of existence. Have they ever said anything in their rhetoric regarding that? That's my question towards you.
Mm-hmm.
They have, so they've
Yeah.
actually said, yeah, put them in public, let's stone them, let's beat them with sticks. Because I've listened to a lot of their videos. I've actually, listened to hours of their debating, of their rhetoric, and not even just them, of other
Yeah, they
debaters
argue
using
in
this.
favor of beating wives.
That's interesting
How about
because
this?
that
Go
sounds like
fuck yourself, you fucking piece of walking garbage, and leave
dog.
people the fuck alone. Just because people don't live whatever fucking nightmare life that you want to live doesn't mean like, oh my God, we're being subjugated. Like, these people unironically believe, if my neighbor does not believe in what I believe, then I'm being subjugated. It is the most fucking biggest fucking Christians are some of the biggest cry bullies on planet Earth, and the
You,
Wilsons
you,
are
you,
a pristine example of that.
let me ask you this: do you believe in YouTubers getting paid for their content?
Yeah,
You do.
sure.
Do you believe also in free speech? I'm going to get to my point in this. Do you believe in free speech as well?
No,
So you don't believe in free speech?
correct.
Okay, so but you just said you believe in YouTubers getting paid
Nobody
for their
believes in absolute free speech. Nobody.
absolute. Okay, so then you had to I guess change your rhetoric there.
No, no,
Well,
you
guess
said
what?
free speech, and I'm saying absolute free speech is not, nobody believes in that.
Right. But I said you believe in someone getting paid for YouTube. You say you believe in that, and I said, do you believe in free speech? You said no, you don't believe in free speech, and then I said, well, you believe in people getting paid for YouTube content. So there has to be some type of I guess a crossroads when it comes to actual free speech. In this case, I
Yeah, I
could
mean,
say
Google can demonetize you.
well, I say YouTube. There's some YouTubers that shouldn't be credited for any type of payment. They shouldn't get any payment in their pockets if they're doing maybe something, in the regards of nonprofit. If they're doing something for charity, maybe they shouldn't get paid at all. That's my free speech. Would you uh, would you demonize me from my point of view just because I say YouTubers shouldn't get paid?
Uh, I not really. No, I mean, it's your opinion.
It's my opinion. So there we go. If I'm a Christian and I believe, all right, I don't believe in LGBTQ rights. However, do I believe in their existence?
Yeah, I
I
mean,
do
no, I
believe in
mean, they exist, and I
it.
just believe that they shouldn't be
I,
subjugated on behalf of a 2,000-year-old book. It's that simple.
wait, hold on. Let me finish my whole spiel. I'm gonna forget it. I'll let you continue. So what if Christian believes in no LGBTQ plus rights, but doesn't mean that they're demonizing the
Yeah,
person.
you
They're
don't you
demonizing
don't have to believe in LGBTQIA plus
not
rights.
cool.
You could
First,
live your tradcon life. The problem is
they,
that the Wilsons go one step
uh,
beyond where they're
uh,
perfectly
guys,
okay with subjugating LGBTQ people, and they want other people that argue subjugation of LGBTQ people and proposing legislation and laws that specifically
so
subjugate LGBTQ people. So no, these
I'll
are
let
apples and oranges, right? You could sit there and
uh,
like be like,
saying
oh, I don't believe. Well, hey, I got news for you. You don't have to get a dick in your ass. You don't. You could just, live your tradcon life and not get a dick
I
in your ass.
First Amendment, I hear you rant. You're continuing on a whole spasm moment, but I'm trying to get my point out there. If a person, his ideology or her ideology is as a Christian based on their morality, that they don't believe in LGBTQ plus rights, then how are they demonizing the person by just saying, I don't believe in your rights? However, I don't believe in
Because
your
they go
rights.
one step beyond.
Get to the point. Hold on. Even though they don't believe in their rights, they don't believe in their way of life, doesn't mean they're automatically judging them or throwing sticks and stones at them. They're just disagreeing with their way of life. Hence why I say the free speech. Hence why I say we have the rights to our own opinions. Hence why I say if we're living a Christian, we're living a Christian ideology, then
Yeah.
my ideology
Do you
has
believe in a
to
freedom from consequence?
freedom. If
You believe in free speech. Do you believe in a freedom of consequence?
I would agree with you about freedom of speech. I agree to a certain extent, and freedom of consequence. So what is that? If I may,
Like, like just because someone has free speech doesn't mean that they're free of consequence.
right? I agree with that as
So
well.
you
I
agree that
agree.
there should be consequence for the things that you say.
Certain things.
All right. So
I
I've
guess
seen that the Wilsons have garnered a great deal of money that they're making from their roving zombie hate mob, and they really are like zombies. They're it's similar to, like, if you ever played World of Warcraft, Lich King and a bunch of fucking zombies just following them around like that. They're the god king of everything. When in reality, that person just argues some of the most horrible things on planet Earth. I mean, he's garnered plenty of money. He's not had any consequence. If anything, he's been rewarded for saying the openly blatant, hateful shit. And I'm going to call him out for it. I think he's a fucking piece of garbage. And people thinking that, oh, he's like an okay guy, or, he's just here to debate, bro. No, dude, he wants to subjugate you. And he wants to subjugate half the fucking population. And he wants to subjugate LGBTQ people. Fuck that guy. That guy's a piece of garbage.
Let me ask you this, because look, I could say right here that neither you nor I know the Wilsons at all. I know their rhetoric, I know their content. So do you? You know they're debating because
If
you're
they're
debating with.
doing it for,
Hold on,
are you
hold on.
arguing that they're doing it for a grift?
Wait. Hold on a sec. Let me get to my point. I'm trying to make a point real quick. I just really hope you could understand what I'm getting at, and I'll make this short-winded. The point I'm making is we don't know what they do in their personal lives. They could be good, they could be bad, but let me just tell you this. Why not tell your viewers to say, look, let's give their perspective a chance. Let's be open to what they're trying to say, because a lot of Christian ideologists, such as myself, I'm a Christian man myself, I believe in what they say. However, I'll tell you this, the rhetoric that they spew, it's not rhetoric towards